route is a little risky. It's not that bad once you get used to having to perform the ice clip. In fact, that used to be the standard. That's actually how the 100% run used to be. You had to do ice clip. So I know when the 100% tournament was going on, everyone had the misconception that old route was like the early grapple, late ice, and new route was on the late ice, or excuse me, early ice, late grapple. In a way, that's correct, but at the same time, it isn't. The only thing that ended up making it somewhat new, a new route, was that they do gauntlet right after wreck ship. It used to also be the standard that gauntlet was pretty much safe for last.
That's interesting. I never knew that the ice clip one was the first one.
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of I guess it's just pretty cool how it's changed throughout the years. I think I remember watching a few 100% races in 2014, and I know they had ice clip then also. But you'll never know. We might be looking at a potential change. It has just probably just for tasks only, because there's not really anything that would have an RTA viable collection of the wreck ship reserve so early in the game. But either way, here's hoping we get a really good race from Janus and Ponk.
Yeah, and it looks like Ponk, he had a little bit better of a series escape there, so he's going to be the first one to land on Zebes. So the start of this run is pretty much like every other run we've seen here. They're going to go pick up Morph Ball. They're going to go get their first missile pack, go get bombs. The run really starts to look different once you enter Green Brinstar and you pick up your early super missiles, and you'll start picking up all the other items that are there.
Yeah, and then after that, I think everything else is pretty much the same until they head into Norfair, where they're gonna pick up an extra set of missiles, the one in right before getting to Bubble Mountain, and then the ones right before Speed Booster. And then after that, it's completely 100%. They go into Crocomire and start collecting everything.
So it looks like Ponk has Moonwalk equipped, and he's already done 2 Moonfalls already. And it doesn't look like Janus has Moonwalk. Now, normally in the shorter categories, there's only like 2 or 3 Moonfalls you can do, really. But in 100%, there's a few more that can save a couple frames. So that'll be to Ponk's advantage a little bit. So now both our runners have 2 fanfares down, 98 more to go.
Also, what I do want to make note is that what Ponk is famous or infamous, depending on how you see it, he's really well known for is the fact that he saves the animals at the end of every run. So that could possibly give Janus a slight edge, depending on how his performance is as well throughout the course of the run.
Yeah, I want to say saving the animals takes about like 20 seconds over just killing them, so it's not a huge amount of time, but it's significant.
All right, Ponk is now entering to get the bombs from the bomb bird over here. Also, a pretty nerve-wracking thing is that for Hundo, is when you're having to wait for the credits to roll just to find out that you only collected 99%. Or even like, I don't know, like 94%. I mean, it depends. It's just really scary that you might accidentally go autopilot, tunnel vision, you end up skipping a couple of items. I'm just talking about me from experience, always having to just kind of sweat it out, just anticipating that 100% and only coming up short pretty much.
Oh yeah, I think pretty much everyone's been there, and especially in this tournament where everyone has to juggle, you know, like 4 or 5 categories in their mind, and it's very easy to just kind of let your muscle memory take over from another category and accidentally skip an item and not really realize it. Alright, Janus is done with his bomb chorizo. Ponk coming up to the Brinstar elevator where things will get a little more interesting.
It's a good thing Janus was able to keep count of his shots. He ended up skipping the face explosion animation on bomb chorizo, so that did save him about less than a second or so. And I mean, even the little things for a category as long as this one, it really all just adds up. And so if you make a few mistakes, they're going to add up, and then it's going to affect your time just as much as any small, what you might think are insignificant time saves. They will also add up and pretty much improve your run.
Ooh, Ponk trying to go for that D boost there to get him back to the right side of the room, but he picked up his early supers. Now he's going to head over and pick up this reserve tank and the 2 hidden missile packs back here. This is kind of the start of all the item collection for this run.
Yeah, this is the baby Billy Mays room, because look, there's a little bit more there. And unfortunately, yes, you do have to collect all the reserve tanks as well, to everyone's dismay.
Let's see if Ponk can pull off this reverse mock ball. Ooh, didn't quite morph in time to get under that gate. That's alright though, it's not too big of a time loss missing that. Ooh, and then he tried to jump back up on the crumble blocks, but unfortunately fell through that last set. We'll see if Janus wants to go for that reverse mock ball and maybe gain a little bit of time on Ponk.
If he's able to land it, should save him about 5 seconds. Definitely what he would want. He attempted a good attempt either way, Janus. That was. Punk's energy is kind of it's a little bit concerning. I mean, later on he's gonna get a couple of more E-tanks, but
yeah, fortunately they're only going to Kraid right now, and they don't need a ton of energy for that, and they'll get a refill from the Kraid tank afterwards anyways, but it is important not to go down into health bomb range so you don't risk getting health drops from the mini Kraid.
There you go, Ponk opting to go down. Although there are some runners that do choose to go up and get the early power bomb items, just so that they don't have to backtrack after Meridia or after Lower Norfair to pick up the Kraid missiles.
Now, you might have noticed Janus just skipped a missile pack, and you might be thinking he forgot them for whatever reason. But that was actually intentional because you're going to be coming back to this area later in the run, and you're going to have to lay a power bomb in order to break those blocks above charge beam to get the waterway tank. And you can just pick up those missiles during that time. It doesn't really make too big of a difference since you already have a ton of missiles already. So it looks like both of our runners are not going to be grabbing an early power bomb pack, so they'll have to come back to Kraid's lair later on in the run in order to pick up the missile pack locked behind some power bomb blocks.
Smooth entrance through the party zone for Ponk, just making his way through the bouncers. Okay, yeah, he can still deboost to save himself some time. Okay, that's not...
Oh, okay.
Well, it's fine either way. He could still, even if he gets the health bomb, he's gonna have the one extra super. So all he has to do for Mini Kraid is to missile him twice to make sure to leave Kraid's lair with 5 tanks. Perfect. Nice job on the Kraid quick kill.
Yeah, fortunately in this category you already have a lot of ammo going into Kraid, so if you do happen to go in there and get a bunch of health drops, it's not too big of a deal.
On top of that, there's pretty much the next 2 items are energy tanks. So they're completely safe right now.
Alright, JanusZeal now setting up for his Kraid quick kill. Looks like he's going to do the same method as Ponk with the 2 missiles, 3 supers. Oh, no, maybe not. He baited me. It looked like he was trying to go for the 4 supers method, but didn't quite time his super right. And Kraid's going to prom now.
We'll squeeze in 2. Good job, and that's actually really good recovery.
Yeah, a lot of us are used to just like resetting after you miss a Kraid quick kill, so sometimes we kind of forget how to do the boss fight normally, but that was a very good recovery.
I believe it's in this route that the halfway point in terms of item collection is the Edikun power bombs. So that should give everyone an idea. Be on the lookout for that.
Alright, now Ponk, he's going to be picking up these high jump missiles, and then the next item he needs to pick up is probably one of the more commonly forgotten ones, which are the cathedral missiles, which are buried deep in one of the heated rooms under some acid. So hopefully he does not forget it, because you really don't come back to this area during the run, and so it costs a lot of time to go back and get it if you do remember you forgot it.
Also, given how crazy of a room layout Cathedral is, it can pretty much hinder your movement.
Fortunately, Ponk does remember to grab it.
Alright, here comes a tough room for pretty much for any runner in general. It's pretty aggravating but gets it, no problem. Oh, never mind. That was the commentator's curse as it was happening. Give me the play-by-play. All right. Well, I have. There you go. There you go. Ponk, calculated.
Oh, and another kind of easily forgotten missile pack here on Ponk's screen. The speed missiles, which are kind of hidden up in these bubbles here by the door. But he does remember that as well. And now Janus coming into the first heated rooms. We'll see how his 100% memory is. And looks like he remembers too.
Ponk pretty much validating that this is a speed run by collecting speed booster. Oh, that's a really nice safety save. Oh, wow, and what a D-boost.
Wow, that was pretty cool.
That was cool, and he still sniped the cack attack and was able to shout out to Kojak, like all in one combo. That was like 3 for 1. That was beautiful. I think I tend to forget that you can still get a D boost while you're pseudo screwing, or even have a blue suit on. Forget that's possible.
Alright, now Janus, he's got his speed booster. He's gonna go grab a wave, just like Ponk did, and both of these runners, I expect, are going to go down to Crocomire now and eventually get their grapple beam.
The Crocomire fight is just fairly basic. Just shoot the mouth whenever he opens it. Okay, cool. Janus was just farming another super. Ponk would really just want to get a no swipes type of fight from Crocomire. On average, you're gonna get like 2 to 3 swipes each fight.
Yeah, the unfortunate part about doing this route with the early grapple is you don't have charged plasma here. If you would just shoot a charged plasma shot on Crocomire, he just gets hit like a billion times and just walks back without ever opening up again. But doing it this way, you kind of risk him getting some swipes in and costing a couple seconds, but didn't seem too bad for Ponk. Didn't get too unlucky there.
I also heard him actually get the wraparound shot. So the left side door, pretty much when you exit Crocomire's room, should be open for him to spark out of.
Yeah, something about parallel rooms, parallel universe magic. It somehow opened the door for him, so you should be able to spark right through. Oh, bonked right above the door.
There we are. Dennis is now approaching Crocomire himself too. Also in the early Ice Lake grapple route, the room, I think it's called the pantry room. You don't have to do the Indiana Jones strat, having to grapple through the Ripper's brothers or across all of them, you can simply just space jump the way through. There's a beautiful speedball there for Ponk.
And based on the order of Punk's item acquisition here, I'm going to say he's going to go for Indiana Jones, which is a really cool strat. Oh, I think he was going for it, but he didn't jump in time and fell off the ledge. Maybe we'll get to see that from Janus. But a nice backup from Ponk, doing a short charge to break through those speed blocks and then sparking his way up to that missile pack. And now Ponk's coming up to another missile pack that some runners miss occasionally. It's if you play a lot of like randos or do RBO a lot, it's kind of easy to forget about this room, but Ponk made sure he remembered it this time.
Yeah, that one, I think it's also because some, I guess it depends on how you want to climb up out of the room. You can either climb up through the left or the right, and if you just stick to the left, kind of tend to tunnel vision. I'm definitely speaking from experience, by the way. I can definitely co-sign the fact that I had skipped that room, that missile pack. All right, cool. So Ponk is up and out. Oh, Janet's making sure to collect these first before... I guess he really wants to get the coolest mock ball in the game.
You know, I never thought about it, but that's a very good reason to not do Indiana Jones, so I'm not even mad.
All right, so Ponk is just going to revisit Norfair later. To the left was ice. Oh, good.
Oh.
It is close, but always worth the attempt.
The Indiana Jones strat is just using the grapple beam to swing across the Rippers. You do a big jump out of the grapple room and only need to swing off 2 of the Rippers. It looks really cool. Janus also remembering this often forgotten missile pack. And now both the runners are really just kind of heading up to Fantoon and picking up a couple small things on the side. Oh, very nice red tower from Ponk.
Really good. And I wonder why he doesn't do old route.
You'd be a prodigy at it, I'm telling you.
Okay, so for Janus and for Ponk, it's gonna get really, really risky right now. The most dangerous part of the run is always wrecked ship. I think that is true for any category that you run for this game. Simply because Fantoon can either... Fantoon's gonna be the cause of death. That or the room, the spiky death room of death and spikes over at the wrecked ship is also a pretty Monka-esque moment.
Yeah, fortunately, you get a lot more equipment. Well, you get a lot more E-tanks and ammunition when you get here. But, you know, Fantoon can still be a pain sometimes, and and you could die. But the spiky room of death for sure is one of the more dangerous areas of this run. And I think we've seen even some people like save before going in there just to be super sure.
Top of that, usually the reason why Spiky Death Room kills a lot of runs to death is because Fantoon pretty much is the primer. The Fantoon fight is gonna bring down all your energy, and then to finish you off, it's just that room itself.
Yeah, that's a very good way to put it.
Which, again, it pretty much is the reason why this route is pretty much the safest you can take it. If they were doing the early ice late grapple, they'd have one less E-tank to work with. And they would also have to either unequip speed booster or high jump. Excuse me. Yeah, high jump for the Wreck Ship E-tank collection. So alright, Janus is getting hugged by a mouth. Should be there soon.
Alright, Ponk's going into his Fantoon fight. Get some bless RNGs in the chat for him. Hope for some fast patterns here.
It's alright. That's alright. This is still not commentator's curse, trust me. Ideally, we would hope to see Ponk with a 2-round.
Oh, well, there's one fast. He should be able to finish this off with a good Doppler this round.
Oh.
Oh.
Don't know how that happened. It's alright. It's alright. For sure, this is the one. This is the kill. Another slow, but again, it's fine. Janus is gonna make his way inside the Wreck Ship now. Calculated.
Yeah, I'm curious how Janus will do this fight. I know some people, they just like doing Dopplers, but if you're used to like doing old route, a lot of people will just take off a spacer at this point and try to do X Factors. So I'm curious what he'll do.
So it looks like Janus really wants to get this Ocean Fly. Nope, never mind.
You know, grapple is an interesting item, so I don't blame people avoiding it when they can.
Yeah. Grapple can work against you or for you. Oh my gosh, this energy for Janus.
Yeah, I don't know how much Janus has in their reserve, but it's a little scary going into Fantoon under 100 energy in any conditions, really.
So while Janus is making his way to Fantoon, Ponk is now... Actually, his energy is really, really good, and I'm pretty sure he's not really going to have any problems with the Spiky Death Room, because he for sure has a lot of experience with it, given that he is a professional randomizer speedrunner.
Janus was really close to getting hit with the Covern, which they do a lot of damage, I'm pretty sure, but luckily he noticed and he stayed out of the way and actually got a big health drop off of it, so that was a really good play by Janus.
Yes, it looks like Janus is going to go for the Doppler here. All right, good luck, Janus, and that's the blessing that is grapple for this room. Now, any touch from Fantoon, or from Fantoon or the Flames. Okay, good. That was actually good. Will deal 20 damage to Janus here.
Janus is getting on some fast patterns here.
Oh, thank goodness. All right, Ponk is out. Ponk is safe. He can continue his run.
So while Ponk's not really in danger of death at this point, it's really important that he manages his health well, because coming up, they're going to want to do a spark in order to get the Gauntlet E-Tank, and if you can not get hit a lot during this part of the run, you can skip doing a ship refill in order to have enough energy to do the spark. So, okay, he's going to spark there, but he'll probably want to be careful and not take too much damage the next time he comes through this room, versus he's going to pick up the attic missiles over here to the right.
Oh, good job. There's Fantoon down for Janus.
Now, Janus is pretty low on health right now. Let's see what kind of drops they get.
Oh.
Not a lot. So, Janus is going to have to be really careful in the spiky death room.
Honestly, I mean, Janus can opt to save as well. That's really not a bad idea. I think the spikes, the platforms and all, they do 60 damage to you? No, I think it might be a little less. I can't remember. But the scariest part about it is that when the platforms are underwater, you want to avoid having to do any turnarounds or any morphs, any ledge grabs that might clip you right through the platform, because those deal the most damage, and those can usually get a couple of hits in. So he's hoping. Punk's having a smooth wreck ship, though, in general. I mean, I know this isn't RNG related, but bless RNG just to give him your prayers.
Okay, so Ponk is at 306. He's got to have something in his reserves at least. And he does have to do one spark to get up to the reserve tank here, so he's cutting it a little bit close on his energy, but depending on how much is in his reserve tank, he might be able to skip the refill still.
Alright, here we go for Janus.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
Just barely hanging on.
Oh no.
Again, Janus did go for the save. This is costing him a little bit of time. It's just a really, really scary.
Yeah, that is not an easy room to traverse. Not only with the moving platforms and the spikes everywhere, but just having that water in the room too. It's a difficult room. That's all I really got to say about it.
It really is, because you have to. Oh,
that exactly what you were talking about there.
Yeah.
With clipping through the platforms.
So the reason why players can have Samus Kago is because things like unmorphing, morphing, turning around are all uninterruptible Samus animations, which will pretty much you can. There's nothing that you can do. We'll be able to have Samus change or not get knocked back from damage. She's just gonna stay in her place. Kind of keeping eye. He's able to make it though.
I like Janus's movement through that room. He's being very careful, taking his time on when he wants to jump off the platform so he doesn't get hit by any of the spikes.
I mean, he's through. Yeah, there we go. So Ponk definitely has to stop at the ship.
Yeah, you have to do a spark. Well, at least you should do a spark to get up to the next power bomb pack, and then the room with the power bomb pack has acid and some alcoons in there, so you're kind of bound to lose a little bit of health, so can't blame them for wanting the refill there.
Well, Janus is through. Janus is safe. He still doesn't want to take a lot of hits here. Oh, that's a nice little D-boost there for Janus.
Yeah, D-boosting is a nice way to get through that room quickly, but the spikes do hurt a lot still, so depending on your health, you kind of have to make a judgment call there.
Alright, he's just setting up nicely. Ponk is set. He should be fine from any like huge time losses. This part is a little scary simply because if you accidentally just drop down one of the crumble blocks, you're gonna have to come back around for the missile pack at the end of your run, which I think might cost you something like 45 seconds.
Ponk opening up the door to Torian on his revisit here, which is interesting. It doesn't make too big of a difference in this run, but decides to use his super then.
Alright, now Ponk is back in Brinstar. Oh, that was actually a really nice setup. Bonking the wall as he was moonfalling.
See how Janus wants this missile pack. Oh, he's gonna do the spark. Okay, that's a pretty reliable way to get those missiles. Ponk did the jump up to him, which is a little finicky at times, but he managed to get it first try. Now Punk's me coming up to one of his favorite things about this game, the Edicoons. She saves every single run.
Here's that halfway point. Honestly, Punk's cleanup so far is going really, really smooth. That movement is beautiful. He almost got the machine gun strat too. I wonder when he will unequip Spazer though.
Yeah, I thought he would have done it like on the elevator coming back down here, but I don't know, maybe he's got another time to do it.
Setting up for the Mission Impossible. Right here, he's buffering right and the jump button. Was he too high? Was that what happened?
He might have been too low, actually. And so, at least when I do it, I kind of try to do like a big jump falling into the pit to make sure I like fall quick enough.
Yeah, that's also very, very true. You want to have the fall speed as well for it. As long as Janus has enough energy... Oh, was the power bomb too? Okay. As long as Janus has the energy to spark up for this wreck ship reserve, he's fine. Even if he does have to go for the ship refill.
Yeah, the nice thing about the ship refill, it wastes some time, but it is kind of nice getting all your ammo back, because, well, even if you don't take the ship refill, you usually have like an excess, but with the ship refill, it's like you can just blast missiles and super missiles everywhere, and it won't really have a detrimental effect on your run.
Let's get D-boost for Pong. Or if it's gonna go for the other one. No. It's gonna be the second to last item for the Brinstar cleanup.
Well, he does need to get the Green Hill missile still.
Yep.
I think that's another one that you can easily forget when you're just kind of in the zone and relying on muscle memory from other categories.
Alright, perfect. So Janus is now a touch-tone base. Charging up his spark before entering the ship. Right now he's just going to spark to the upper right-hand corner like Ponk had done.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. If you like charge a spark and go into a ship or an elevator, the like timer doesn't keep going down, and you can do a spark afterwards. And we'll probably see him do that later with an elevator too.
Maybe Ponk keeps Spazer for Blockbuster?
I'm thinking that, or maybe even he might be more comfortable doing the wraparound shot with Spacer.
Oh, that too, yeah. So Spazer does give a little bit more of a leeway for this wraparound here to Gauntlet. Janus is a little too far to the right, though. He wants to be just it's on the wrong slope. Unless he still got it, but I think he might have, yeah. He just didn't want to spend too much time with it.
And Ponk, after a couple attempts, gets that nice short charge on the bottom of Main Street and sparks up to his Main Street missiles. That is a really tight short charge to get.
It's gonna have to short charge again. Start at 3. Was able to recover that strat.
Alright, Janus is coming up to the 2 Gauntlet missiles. We'll see, going right in the middle, and he's not even going to be messing around with the quick drops. He's just going to take his time, make sure he picks up both these missiles. Very smart call.
Oh, that was a smooth entrance into the crab supers hole. Wait, can you make that jump morph?
I was just thinking that I never go for it.
Yeah.
I thought you couldn't, but maybe you can.
I mean, I know you can do it if you're suitless, but
Oh, Ponk trying to wall jump up there, and that crab came down and dunked on him. I don't think in this tournament yet we've had people not get 100%. I think in the last Hundo tournament we had, though, there was a few people that forgot some things. Normally, the chat's pretty good and points it out right away, and I think a lot of people watch the restream, so they kind of figure it out if they do miss something.
oh, wondering if that powerbomb was intentional. For Janus, just to farm up a few enemies there. So Ponk still has Phaser on.
He's got to be. I wonder if he's gonna like
just use all supers.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe he's gonna like take it off once he has like the X Factor ready, you know, like kind of like how you can do with Fantoon.
I guess he really is just comfortable with. I mean, he could still one round, as you see him get right here. Perfect.
Now I wonder. Maybe with Dragon, he's just gonna fry it.
I feel like with Dragon, he has to take it off. But maybe I don't know. Maybe Ponk has that mentality where he just really doesn't want to menu at all. In the pause menu, I'm not sure.
Maybe he's the newest member of Team Spacer.
Well, probably. Led by Firebat himself. I mean, even if he does grapple kill Dragon, I wonder if he's gonna get that blue suit. Where you simply just you charge your spark, you get gooped, you get grabbed, and then you grapple.
I mean, you can do like 2 in blue without the X Factor, but it's like it's not super hard to get, but it's not like it's much more difficult than doing like the X Factor opener. I guess that's what he's gonna do though.
No, he's just straight up gonna spark. Alright. And then go for a spike suit? I mean, if you got blue. Still obviously a really quick fight for Ponk. Janus is also almost done with his collection. Just has Waterway and the Green Hill Zone missiles.
I almost wonder when Ponk gets the plasma if he's just gonna take it off and put Spacer back on at this point.
Might as well. He's committed. I mean, why not? And no, Ponk is still not worried, and about skipping that E-tank. He's gonna come back for it his third time around. So just give him some time. He'll collect it when he's ready.
Yeah, Meridia's a little flexible with the order you can get the items in. The Batoon tank you kind of pass a few times, and you can sort of pick when you want to get it. And then the Aqueduct items too, you can kind of get those when you want. But right now, Ponk's heading over to, after these Sampit items, the objectively best item in the game, and that is Spring Ball.
Yep, so that's what's coming up next.
And Janus is all done with his Brinstar cleanup at the moment, and he'll be heading into Meridia now.
Okay. That's alright. Just gotta get a quick climb right back up there. Ponk is gonna kill Shaktul. I can already tell. That's just how it goes.
And it looks like Janus does not want to go for the super short charge on the bottom of this room, and it's just gonna do kind of an easier one here up by this door. Very nice.
Oh, Ponk showing off the diagonal bomb jumps. Just waiting. See, he's ready. Just nice and ready, anticipating this death that he's gonna savor ever so much. He can actually sleep comfortably. There we go. Calked. Take that, blue plasma spark. I bet you that's what Ponk was thinking. There we go. Shoutouts to the boy Sloters27 right here.
In my opinion, this is where the run begins. Look at that, already using that spring ball. Beautiful. Oh, and he stops to kill him again.
Oh, and he's going back in!
Oh, Beeps, look away. Look away.
Dude. Oh. Oh, the brutality. This is perfect. Thank you for demonstrating to the children what to do when they speedrun this game, Ponk. I could learn from you.
Alright, Janus with his crab supers now. He'll be heading up to the beach next. Meanwhile, Ponk is coming up to his plasma beam, and we don't really know if he's going to use it.
Yep, he's committed. I guess he really just doesn't like pausing to stop the game. He'll stop to kill Shacktool and even kill Shacktool like 3 times, but can't even unequip Spazer. SMH, my head, shaking my head. So just notice that Janus is opting to pick these items up first over at Aqueduct.
Yeah, unless you want to like use Spring Ball to do a cool blue bomber up there, there's really no harm in doing the Aqueduct stuff first.
Wait. Did he got the Meridia Beach stuff, right?
I don't think he did. I don't remember him going there.
Because I could have sworn it was just like less than 2 minutes when you said that he was heading up to Meridia Beach, and I was anticipating a beach ball. I mean, he can still get them, but I would...
Ooh, shout out to Goop on that nice Goop spark.
Well, in the meantime, Janus is gonna head over to Dragon after picking up these missiles. Got baited. I thought he was gonna go for it. But again, it's preference. I think he might just prefer to pick them up after having space jump. Makes the room feel, I guess, less slower.
Yeah, as long as you don't leave the room with the blue suit, doing it afterwards is probably a little easier.
Okay, so Janus is actually gonna fight. Okay, yeah, gonna get the fried shrimp right here. Ponk is all done with Meridia. All he has to do now is just head into Kraid's lair, pick up the missiles, and then we'll be heading down back into Norfair. Just a slight backtrack.
Okay, so yeah, Janus is gonna go back for the Dragon missiles now. So not a bad call.
And then from here, Punk's just going to pick up ice, and then grab himself one more missile pack, and then dip his toes into Lower Norfair. So yeah, I'm fairly certain Janus did not collect anything that's over at Meridia Beach. I really, obviously, like, I hope that I'm wrong and that he actually did it.
Okay, I just looked back on the VOD and he did skip the beach items, so hopefully he remembers that before he strays too far from Iridia. Or I guess, still after Lower Norfair, it's kind of inconvenient to get him then, but hopefully he remembers.
Yeah, all I can really think is when he gets back into Aqueduct, he can go right back from the way that he came from the crab shaft. But after that, it doesn't seem like there's any actual faster chance. It's like there's nothing else that's gonna put him in that direction.
All right, Janus now in one of the, I think, like 3 waiting rooms in this category. Just gonna let Shocktool do his thing, while Ponk is now heading into Lower Norfair, which is probably my favorite part of this whole run, just because of all the tech that you get to see.
Hopefully we see another Shocktool death. Ponk might possibly be running at a, I would feel is like a 126 still, given his Lower Norfair time entrance time, lower entrance Norfair time.
Janus with the spring ball pickup. Let's go.
Alright, here's another crucial moment for Ponk. Oh no, he's gonna safely just springball his way up. You see, that's why springball is a lifesaver.
Oh, Ponk with the left side GT strats. The madman.
Yeah, being able to cheese GT. No problem there.
So at this point, Ponk now has every major item in the game, and it just like trivializes Lower Norfair. You can just shoot or spin jump through like everything here. You can see he's already putting that screw attack to good use on those rippers.
Never really understood why some people don't really like space jump. I have always loved it, being able to continuously wall jump midair. But being able to combo that with screw attack makes this entire section such a breeze.
Alright, let's see how Ponk does this red key on your shaft. It's a really cool room. He didn't do what I thought he was gonna do, using charge shots to take out the key hunters, but as you can see with screw attack, he can just go right through those key hunters. Now picking up his PB's a shame, which in this category are only PB's a shame when you forget them.
That's a really good way to put it. Yeah, that's true. because whenever you autopilot and because you're so used to running any percent, switching over to hundo, you will probably make that mistake.
Alright, Janus already got the aqueduct item, so he's just going to head right over to the left sand pit, pick up the remaining missile pack in reserve tank, and he would be heading to Lower Norfair, and he might still do it, but he does not have those 3 beach items, 2 missiles and a super pack. So we'll see if maybe he remembers here and he goes back, but I'm not really sure what he'll do.
Essentially, once he passed up aqueduct, that kind of was the point of no return. Obviously, he's still in the section, but that was maybe the fastest way that he could get back to collect those items. Either way, he was hoping that he is able to get through this run and they'll collect everything else. So, excellent fight for Ponk.
Yeah, fortunately, in 100%, since you have all the beams, you have a lot of energy, and you're going to refill on an energy tank anyways after the fight, you can just go absolutely ham on Ridley and not really worry about taking hits, and Ponk definitely took that to his advantage.
Janus might pick up the Kraid missiles after Lower Norfair.
Yeah, it's not kind of like the Meridia items. It doesn't matter too much when you pick up the Kraid missiles. It might be a little better after Meridia just because of how you enter the room compared to coming up from the elevator after Lower Norfair, but again, kind of a personal preference thing on that.
Yeah, I would say so too. It's just when you're used to running a route, and I guess that kind of tends to be your muscle memory to go this direction at this point instead of going down. It would make sense.
Ooh, Ponk with a nice short charge going into a speedball at Wasteland. Meanwhile, Janus has got his ice beam. His beams are decked out. He's going to take that southern route, pick up the ice missiles, and work his way over to Lower Norfair. Ooh, that's a nice strat by Janus too, using a Shine Spark to be absolutely safe in picking up that missile.
That was an excellent Firefly room for Ponk. All those ledge grabs were calculated.
Yeah, and he couldn't really see very much from taking out the Fireflies, but as we all know, he's a blindfolded speedrunner, so he's used to playing in the dark. Alright, Virga and Ponk, remember to pick up those 3 Musketeer missiles. Those ones are also another easy pack to forget. A lot of the items in Lower Norfair are kind of easy because you don't really pick up most of them usually. Oh yeah, the Franker Z missiles, of course. Like, I forget that one.
Alright, so Janus hopefully playing it safe here as well. Yes, he is. Pong's gonna pick up these missiles and then pick up the missiles over at the North Fair Reserve item. Pretty much another Billy Mays room. Because you collect those, and then to your right, you wait, and there's some more. I think it just makes me wonder why Billy Mays missiles, or Billy Mays room is Billy Mays room.
Yeah, there's a lot of rooms that could fit that criteria of having a little bit more.
Oh, Punk playing that power bomb a little too early. Unless that was all for lag reduction.
Yeah, you know, it could be. Alright, Janus is all souped up with his major items. So now he's gonna just pull out through Lower Norfair, as Ponk just did. Ponk does confirm that it was a RNG manipulation on his part. Nicely done.
Yeah, that makes sense. That should be able to give Ponk maybe about 5 catch-up shots from Mother Brain. Ponk demonstrates some more spring baller strats here for us. You can still salvage it. Come on, you can do it. Oh.
Janus picking up his dead mouse missiles. Unfortunately, we lost the first room name for that due to copyright infringement.
Yeah, we don't want to burden Fiesel with that. He already has a lot on his plate. And I'm not talking tacos. Janus also making good work of those key hunters. Really reducing that lag.
Yeah, look at that. That power bomb didn't even add a bit of lag. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I think Fusa would be proud.
I'm hoping Ponk has learned some setup for reverse slinky here. I'm not sure if he has, but it would sure make my day to see him try. I can't tell if he tried, but
I don't think he tried. It didn't look like he... Oh, no, he's trying. I mean, he's getting it anyway.
I mean, yeah, it's like reverse slinky, I guess.
Look at this reverse slinky. Oh, no, he messed it up. He unmorphed that. I'm sorry, Ponk. Invalidated. He unmorphed. He
really
was
close.
Why? He had it.
Alright, Janus is now on to the Ridley fight. Only 20 charge shots. You can afford to take a lot of hits here. Look at that screw attacking through Ridley. Not even getting phased.
Yeah, the RBO strats. So interesting that Ponk chooses to get the Retro Brinstar E-Tank on his way out. Oh, and here we have just these regular missiles. One of them just hidden around there. There's really no room to this. There's no name for this room. Ridley should be dead. Looks like he's just hopping around there. Good job.
Sometimes he likes to just do more attacks, but usually you can tell Ridley's dead when he's kind of starts swooping at you, but not quite swooping at you.
So at this point, I like to use this elevator as a cue as to how much longer a runner has until they're done, and getting out at a 1:16:48 is putting Ponk at a 1:26 completion, maybe 1:27 or so.
You'll see Ponk, like we talked about earlier, he stored a Shine Spark before going up the elevator, and the timer just kind of froze during his elevator trip, so he managed to pull a Shine Spark off into the next room. Ooh, that was pretty cool from Ponk. Instead of freezing the Puyos, I think they are, he charged his spark up and then he just space jumped and screw attacked through him. That was pretty cool.
I like how everyone has a way to do that room as well, because some just go for the all-out charge your shot and then run and freeze the little flubbers. Others go for the incredibly difficult D-boost. But yeah, that was a nice strat from Ponk.
And looking at his missile count now, he definitely has all the missiles, and I'm willing to bet he picked up everything else, because usually when you miss something, it's a missile or X-ray.
So, fairly certain that Ponk has collected everything. Yeah, Ponk lost some time because he didn't get the Fantoon skip.
Yeah, my heart sank a little bit there when I didn't see the statue fade away right away. But managed to not skip Fantoon.
It's really task only. Good attempt either way. But we can now see Ponk just go ahead. And if only he can wait a little faster to just speed this up, that would be great. There we go. Right on cue. It's about time, Ponk. About time. He took way too long waiting.
Yeah, he should have X-rayed instead of waiting that whole time.
Could have done something productive. I mean, he knows how to X-ray climb into Torian, so I don't know why he didn't do that.
Interesting. Ponk doing the pause during his down back, taking off variant screw attack. Screw attack probably wants it off so he can do a ice Z skip, and then taking off Varia to make the stand up a little bit safer.
Okay, here we go. Whew, that's good. Janus now gonna finish up his Norfair cleanup, getting his last reserve tank. Yeah, I don't think Ponk has enough. Well, he might have enough ammo for Mother Brain 1 phase. I don't know. What do you think, Slaughter is? It's looking kind of tight.
You know, to be safe, he might want to shoot the red door and go back for a missile refill, but I don't know. He might feel like he needs to play a little risky here.
This could possibly put Janus in the lead because we'll see if he can salvage it. I don't want the commentators curse it.
Oh, Ponk, it looks like he clipped his head a little bit on that second jump and couldn't quite get the baby to swing the way he wanted.
You can still save 10 seconds if he goes for the Crystal Flash here. But he's just going to play it safe, and I really don't question that at all.
All right, now if I recall, Janus did not grab the Kraid missiles yet, so he's going to go to the right of the elevator here to grab those before continuing the rest of his cleanup.
I'm just gonna take Ponk his 20 charged Ice Wave Plasma shots, and then Mother Brain should be down and out. Here's the thing though, he might be also gonna try to attempt the stand-up glitch, which is why he did his pause menu.
Oh, okay, so Janus going back up into Meridia, which is a very good indicator that he knows he forgot those beach items.
Oh,
So
thankfully, yeah.
he should have 100% now. Alright, Ponk stand up. Looks good. Baby Metroid's on the screen. Now he just gotta wait until he can damage Mother Brain.
I think Janus is going to pick up the missiles to the right on his way out. I really hope that's what's going to happen. Also, if memory serves me right, I think both these runners entered their first tournament in, well, Super Metroid tournament in the 100%. That was held in 2016. Looks like he's having a good... Yeah, alright, there we go. Janus collecting the last missiles. And a one-shot for Ponk. Excellent.
Very nice.
Alright, so Janus is now going to be on track to collect the rest of his... Whoa, what is Ponk doing? Collect the last of the items he needs to pick up. All Ponk has to do in order to validate, in his world, I suppose, is to collect the animals.
Gotta catch them all.
Yeah. Oh, not using missiles there, Ponk, huh? Alright. Excellent.
Ooh, yeah. Hardly waited on that. As soon as he got the charge, it looks like he just went immediately and pulled it off. I think Ponk's done using the missiles now. Yep, what a memer.
I know. It's also right on time, like, for the animals. So there's his beloved animals.
Alright, Ponk is now on the ship, and he has finished with his run with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 44 seconds, which is a 8-minute and 43-second PB for him on SRL, so GG to Ponk.
JJ. Yeah, I think that last... It's an SRL PB because the last time he ran this was on, for the 100% tournament.
Yeah, it looks like his actual PB is a 126.26, so only about a minute off his PB. I would say that's a pretty solid run. Alright, now Janus is just finishing up the rest of the cleanup here. Just needs to do the blue Brinstar section here, and then a couple more criteria things, and then he'll be ready to go into Torian. I like this by Janus picking up the E-tank first, which means once he picks up the last missile pack in here, he can just run straight out. Oh, it looks like he's going to go for a spark up. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I feel which was the intended way.
Yeah, RIP to Punk's Blat timer. I saw it go across the screen, but he did not get it up in time for it to show up on the layout, so very unfortunate. Oh, okay.
Oh,
He's putting it up on screen now. All right, looking at Janus's missile count right now. Definitely has all the missiles. And I would assume he's got everything else, so we should see 2 100% from these guys. Make sure you get your deer forces in chat.
And confirmed 100%. So
Ponk debating everyone in chat.
yeah, they all fell for it. They were all in shambles and everything. Got him. Maybe if everyone in chat paid attention, you'd know that he did get everything. Hold on. But Ponk did splice during Torian.
Yeah, it was pretty evident.
Anything could have happened. Anything could have happened between those like 5 seconds.
All right, Janus with the 230 or 230, or the dentist plan, whatever you want to call him. He's got the last missile back. He's ready to finish this one. Lisa needs braces.
All right, Janus, finish strong. Finish hard.
Oh no, not like this. Ponk just loaded up Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
Oh
wow, he's doing this on purpose. He's not even being mindful of his audience. He just wants to spoil the game for everyone.
He knows it's spoilers for me, and he's doing it anyways. He doesn't even care.
Also, all of those games were legally purchased.
Janus unfortunately missing the Fantoon skip.
Alright, so spoiler alert, yeah, that is the actual character's names. That is not a coincidence.
Alright, now Janus hasn't paused at all to take off Screw Attack or Various. I'm wondering, maybe he's got a different way of doing Zeb skip.
Yeah, there's so many ways to Zeb skip. It's very well possible he could try to down bag. He could try to speed Zeb skip. He could do the swaggiest spring ball Zeb skip too.
Alright, Janus coming in with that calced health. And it looks like he's setting up for that baby. Oh, okay, he's gonna pause now. Take off his items. He's setting up for that baby skip. So let's see if he gets it. Oh, tried to freeze the baby Metroid, but there's not enough ice. Now, Janus has plenty of ammo to do a Crystal Flash, although he might do what Ponk did and just go and refill anyways. Yeah, looks like it. It can be a little risky trying to Crystal Flash. If you're too slow, you might actually get hit while you're still doing it, which is not good.
Yeah, when you're in Crystal Flash form, I guess you can't receive any iframes, so pretty much any hit you can possibly take would bring you down to death, depending on the hit.
Yeah, looks like Janus does want to do that good old ice step skip. Alright, Mother Brain 1 down for Janus. Now just 20 charge shots. And then a little bit of a self-damaging. And it'll be set up nicely for the stand-up glitch.
Quick and easy. Janus should be done. He's gonna damage himself to 7 in order to attempt the stand-up glitch.
Yep, and he doesn't have that Varia suit on, so Rainbow's gonna do 600 damage. Okay, maybe he's not gonna do stand-up. No, it doesn't look like it. Might have just changed his mind and just wanted to finish the run. Meanwhile, it looks like Ponk is doing some zero suit section in the game.
Well, stand-up glitch is just a 20-second time save, so not going for it, I would also say, is a really safe play as well. You don't risk getting soft lock.
Janus with the nice safe strat, just sitting in the corner and letting the hyper beam do its thing. He's got so much health that he doesn't care about those onion rings. He's just gonna eat them. Meatball's coming in. Oh, okay, he'll dodge the meatball at least. Maybe he doesn't like meatballs.
Nah, not when it's already been in someone's mouth. She just spits them out at you. Kind of like some mother bird. Oh, a little jagated, but that's fine. That's fine. It's fine.
All right, Janus, not pulling a Leodox. Nicely done.
Got a dilemma here, though, Janus. Are you gonna save or not save? Want to disrespect your opponent, then you don't save him. If you want to show a little bit of camaraderie and, you know, solidarity, good sportsmanship, better save him. Oh, here we go. Looks like Janus is of good genes. Going for the save. Look, the animals even appeared on Ponk's screen. Those red Edicoons.
All right, and Janus has finished with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 43 seconds. GG to Janus. And again, congratulations to Ponk on taking the victory with this one.
Remember to give both runners a follow, both JanusZeal and Ponk. Congrats to both of them being able to complete their runs. Positive now that Janus, after he backtracked to get the items in Meridia, he should have 100%.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to see the completion screen here. I think we're going to be cutting to the Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer in just a sec, but make sure you spam some Deer Forces in chat for both of our runners. And make sure you tune in. I think in about 3 hours from now, we're going to be having another match between Black Elite John and Cross Product. So, yeah, make sure you catch that one too.
Also, thank you for joining me on commentating, Slotus. It's been a pleasure. It's been a while since we've done commentary together, so shout outs to him. Give Slotus a follow, please. Slotus27 and not 97.
Yeah, thank you, Sefi. It was a pleasure as always doing commentary. I'm glad we got to squeeze in another one for this tournament. Make sure you follow Antinomy, if that's his real name.
It's not. It isn't. Yeah. So everyone, enjoy the rest. Enjoy the Mario that's coming up, and stay fan-tuned. We'll see you, not Fusion. Bye, everyone.
Yep, thank you for watching.